Good morning. Welcome to GAC'S Journey, and I'm GAC, Great Aunt Cindy. And today is the 30th of December, which means we're closing in on New Year's Eve. Merry Christmas to you all, because I did not make a video towards Christmas time. And Happy New Year, because I probably won't make one real soon in the new year. So we'll just get that shit out of the way. So, like, if I was making money off this, bank off of this site, I probably would post more regularly, but I'm not. And I know the deal is post more regularly, get more followers, make more bank. But since this is more for my therapeutic value and for my friends and family therapeutic value, I I don't really too much worry about the bank part of it. I'm so sorry. That loud noise you just heard was my cat coming out of the cupboard and falling into a plastic bag or a paper bag. He's fine. Okay. So let's see. Let's get you up to date. A member of my work family got COVID, and my residents got COVID, and I had to work with them for 34 hours, no, 32 hours in 2 days with them having COVID at it when it's at its most potent stage. So as hard as I tried, I didn't mean to. I brought COVID home and I gave it to Mom, and David had a milder case than the both of us, but he had another booster that we hadn't had yet. Excuse me. And so it was rough on me, and it was very rough on Mom, but she made it through. For a couple days there, it was her oxygen got a little low. I even called 911, and when they came here, she had literally her oxygen back up to over. It's supposed to be nothing below, I think it was 90, and she had it up to 92 when they were here. They're like, well, we could take her, but the hospitals are so full right now. She'll just sit in a wheelchair in the corridor, and then eventually somebody will get to her, test her oxygen, and they'll just send her home. And I'm like, well, fuck, what good that would do her. So I kept her here, and then we kept a really close eye on her, taking her pulse ox every, half an hour, did her temperature every hour, kept her full of medications. And then we also had gotten the COVID pack, the 5-day pack. So yeah, so we did all that, and she's better, but she came out a lot weaker than how she started, and mentally, it seems like it did a little bit of more, I don't know if we want to say damage, but more, the mental parts are a little bit more, she's less there than she was before. So Mom has lived here 9 months, and in 9 months, she's gone from going to the bathroom on her own to needing somebody to walk with her to, you have to tell her to get up and go to the bathroom, and then she'll yell at you and call your names, and then she'll be like, I don't have to go to the bathroom, and you're like, yes you do, and then she goes in there and she pees, and then she'll still yell at you even though she just peed and you were right, so. I mean, and it's just, that's all part of the illness, and that's not my mom. My mom would have, if my mom were mad at me, she'd just tell me to fuck off. That's my mom, not, those creature. I've gotten into the habit of, just in order to, cope, I've been calling her, Dr. Mama and Mrs. Hyde. Because, some days a lot of days were good. Start out good. And as the day progresses, she just turns into God only knows what some days. And it's hard to deal with, So I've been talking about it with David and with my brother. And we have decided that we're going to start looking for a place for her to live that can give her more care than I can. Now I can, I'm an experienced caregiver, and I can do blood pressures and meds and temperatures and change briefs, but I can't lift, and she's starting to do the dead weight thing where if she doesn't want to do anything, or if she's not feeling like herself, she'll dead weight herself. Well, she's like 130 pounds, but when you dead weight something, 130 pounds is heavier than that, and I'm supposed to live 15, David's supposed to live 10, and we're doing this anyway, to keep her cleaned up and stuff. But it's not easy. And like giving her instructions to put her feet down so she'll stand up and stuff. And then she's not trusting us to help her. She keeps on grabbing onto things and making it harder for us to help her because she's not trusting us. Now, this is a woman who, when she weighed 232 pounds in the hospital, would wait for me to come to the hospital to take her to the bathroom if she needed help getting off the toilet, because she didn't want the little itty bitty anorexic nurses to help her up, or she'd ask for one of the dudes to do it. Okay, but she's not trusting David or I, and it's concerning for me. And we can't neglect showers and hygiene and using the restroom and clean up just because we can't lift. So it took a lot of back and forth on my part, and we've decided we're going to find her someplace to live. But because of income, I have to apply for Medicare or Medicaid too for her. Now, so what I need from my friends is Michiganders who have been through this with their parent. I am looking for a suitable assisted living. Well, it's going to probably end up being a nursing home because of the early signs of dementia, with an excellent record, and isn't too outrageously priced, that takes the Medicaid to supplement for her income. And then I'm also looking for help with the Medicaid paperwork, because if you know anything about Medicaid or Medicare, their paperwork is so fucked up, and it's if you say one thing wrong, they're going to reject you. You know what I mean? If you say one thing off, they're going to reject you. So I'm looking for some people that maybe have been through it, or who know of people who do free services to help you fill it out, the paperwork, for the best possible outcome. Not lying and shit, but there's the best outcome with what we have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And because if you know anything about Medicaid, Medicare, it's kind of like supernatural. There we go. Crossroad demon, right? You take your ID, you put it in a box, you put it in the crossroads, cover it up. A demon appears and you make a deal. Well, the deals sound really good. For the next 10 years, you can be rich, or you can have the love of your life, or whatever. But in 10 years' time, the hellhounds come and drag your soul to hell. And that's kind of how working with Medicare feels sometimes to me. By the way, you're welcome for the supernatural reference. And if you don't watch it, check it out on Netflix. It's a pretty good show. Anyway, gotta hope I don't get some kind of warning that I, said something I shouldn't have on the channel because I referenced something. Anyway, so that's what we have to do. And so I would appreciate any help that I can get, because I am at a loss. And my brother said, fuck, I don't know. So, yeah, that's where we are. Relatively intelligent people who are going, fuck, I don't know. And so, yeah. Other than that, I worked Christmas. I worked Christmas, a lot of Christmas, all but about 3 hours of it. And so I did not celebrate Christmas with the family. My brother and my niece came here and celebrated with my mom, so at least she had someone. New Year's Eve, I will not be here again, because that is Saturday. And then, of course, New Year's Day, I won't be here because that's Sunday. So I won't be here to celebrate again. But you know what? It's time and a half, and honestly, right now, that money is way more important than fish and chips at midnight. I miss my family, don't get me wrong, when I have to do things like that, but it's money's so tight right now. I will work what I got to work, yeah. So there are no resolutions being made, other than in the next, hopefully, month or so, I find her a place to live that is wonderful and supporting and understanding and all those things. And if not, it's someplace where I can go raise hell a lot and make them wonderful and understanding and supporting. Because you know me, you take my mama, you kid me. So Anyway, I just also want to say to my friends who are suffering with COVID right now, I love you. I know what it's like. I hope you all feel better soon. To my friend whom is going to be having some serious surgery soon, neck surgery and some other things. We've been there in this house. I haven't personally, but I've been the caregiver for an individual. So if you have any questions or if you just need somebody to give you a pep talk, send me a message or give me a call. We're here. Okay. And for those of you that are dealing with loss this Christmas of a parent, whether it's new this year or it's been a few years like me, it is not an easy time of year for us. And it's okay for us to say, hey, my heart hurts, and I miss them and this sucks. And, that's what we got to do, though. We got to acknowledge the pain, and we can support one another and be like, I feel you. I got you. I understand. You need to talk, call me. You need a drink, bring it over. I'll watch you drink because I can't drink anymore, but I'll watch you drink. Okay, let's support one another through that because it's hard. It is so hard. That first couple years after my dad died, oh, and I still, there's certain things, if I see them, I still bust out to tears. And it's been, 8 years that my dad's been gone, I think. 6 years, 8 years, I think. God, and you know what, I'll stop this film and it'll be right there in my brain and it'll just pop right up. But right now I just can't think about what it is. So anyway, so that's where we're at. So I am going to, first of all, I'm going to take a drink because, okay. I am going to sit here and I'm going to do up my mom's medication for the week because I have to get it all straightened out before I go to work. And get it in the right, days of the week envelope thingies, these things. Because, it's the responsible thing to do. And then I am going to get her up because she's still sleeping. And I am going to get her dressed and changed and dressed and get some food in her and start her day. Friends, have a very good New Year's Eve celebration. Stay safe. And I'm not going to say I hope 2023 is better because every time I do that, we get kicked in the balls. So I'm going to say, I'm sending love and prayers that every day is good for you. And take care of yourselves. Bye.